grew up with fluoride in the water system, and granted still had cavities, but you know, I don't have brittle bones or any problems that they associate with it.
I'd like to see a meeting of professionals from both ends, pros and cons, and I'd like to see it happen in a time where the citizens can come to the meeting, and then let's figure out what's the best thing for us, and then do it.
Thank you. I'm pro-fluoridation. I was one of the first people that were pro-fluoridation.
The jury's still out for me. I still think that there needs to be some more investigation done on that issue. But I'm open for any other data that's good data to look at.
I'm not qualified. I'm not a scientist. I cannot tell you about the chemicals in water. And I believe that what we are conveying to these citizens is as safe drinking water as we can do.
I have studied it, and that is why I'm against it. Continued ingestion of fluoride is detrimental to the human body. It builds up in your bones, you get fractures, osteosarcoma. Ingesting it, it's basically the equivalent of taking sunscreen and drinking it to prevent sunburn. I think if you do the research, you'll find that that's the absolute truth.
Hello, my name is Ryan Fent, and I am running for ECUA Board District 4. I am running primarily because I'm concerned about our water. Most of everyone in this room has probably read the Environmental Working Group report that was put out. I've also read the ECUA side as well that said that it was only to sell water filters. Some examples of recent chemicals that were used that were classified as safe is DDT and Agent Orange, and we found out later on that they are not safe for us. One of the other things I'm concerned about with the ECUA board at this current time is their lack of transparency. I am not able to find a lot of information about the ECUA board and what they do. I have to take vacation time actually to attend their meetings. They hold their meetings at 3 p.m., which to me, I don't think that's acceptable. Most citizens in Escambia County work. A lot of them work 9 to 5 jobs. I think that meeting should be moved to later in the evening. I'd like to see more detailed minutes. The minutes of the meetings are, they have what the board wants you to know. They don't really go into depth as I think they should.
Good afternoon, my name is James Kirkland. I'm a candidate for District 2 ECUA. I currently represent District 2 on the ECUA Citizens Advisory Committee. I want to say thank you for having us today and allowing us to speak before you. First and foremost, I believe wholeheartedly in the principles in which this great country was founded. I believe that individual liberties and freedom of choice are the most fundamental and universally acceptable of those principles. Unfortunately, it's my opinion that the ECUA is currently infringing on our freedom of choice. By this, I'm referring to the forceful fluoridating of our water supply against the will of many Escambia County citizens. Beyond the dangers of fluoridation in itself, the ECUA does not even use a medical-grade fluoride for this process. We are being mass medicated with hydrofluosilicic acid. This is a toxic byproduct of the phosphate fertilizer industry. It should not be put in our water. It's my opinion this is an unethical practice, and the ECUA should not be forcibly fluoridating even a single citizen against his will.
ECUA board member, 15 years. The problem in Pensacola is a lot of times people run for office with the desire to help their buddies make money, help their buddies get rich.
And I told one of my daughters that when you get into government, a lot of times you work and work and work and nothing changes. Wilson can tell you that.
It is the best time to have a debate of the seriousness that we have here. I believe it can come back before the board. This certainly was discussed at length many years ago. I was not part of that. I don't know that new scientific information has come forward since that time to change things. I do know that if physicians, dentists, scientists in this community saw reason to be alarmed about the health effects, they would have clamored to our door. So I'm inclined to defer this until it can be done in a forum that is less politicized and more scientific in basis. So I am going to vote against this with those comments.
Okay. Defeated 3-1.
That concludes my report, Mr. Chairman.
On the board meeting on March 25th, 2010, the board approved a bid from Industrial Chemicals Incorporated to provide hydrofluosilicic acid to the community at a cost of $5 per gallon at a maximum of $300,000. There's different forms of fluoride, so I made sure I got the exact definition of the fluoride that is used. According to Merriam-Webster, hydrofluosilicic acid is, quote, an unstable poisonous corrosive acid known primarily in the form of its salts. I found this rather interesting list of what they tell their employees to do when handling this chemical. Prevent contact with skin by use of acid-proof clothing, gloves, and shoes. Use tight-fitting chemical splash goggles and do not wear contact lenses. If you do come into contact with it, remove the exposed person to an uncontaminated area immediately. Recently, in April of 2010, Time Magazine put fluoride on the list of top 10 environmental toxins. And according to Time Magazine, it is a form of the basic element fluorine. And the health hazards are that it's neurotoxic and potentially tumorigenic if swallowed. The American Dental Association recommends that children under 2 do not even use fluoride toothpaste. Over 412 nurses, 383 PhDs, 374 DCs, 326 MDs, 264 dentists, 132 ND, 71 lawyers, 62 RDH, which is registered dental hygienists, and many, many more have signed petitions urging communities around America to stop water fluoridation. But I know apparently from this board that anything I say is probably not going to change your votes. I am aware of that. But what I would like to tell the board is that I heard a lot about it not being a political issue or a politicized issue. And unfortunately, although I share the greatest respect for this board, this is a political forum. This is a politically elected office, and you are popularly elected by voters. With all due respect, it's been over 10 years since it was last voted on. So it's not like it happened last month. Perhaps I have a different perspective on time because I was 8 years old when you first voted on fluoride. I was 10 years old when it was first put in the water. And now I'm a voting citizen, and there are a lot more like me. There is a growing consensus about fluoridation, and whatever you feel about it, the fact that such a reactive, potentially toxic chemical has even mixed opinion among professionals should be enough to at least err on the side of caution.
Representative of District 1. So potential candidates is Jay Molino, all of North Escambia County. And one of the major issues that I'm running on is the federal government is destroying our Constitution and destroying many things, and one of them is our food, air, and water. And the potential backing that I have for all the people who are anti-fluoride is extreme. There's a lot more people who care about politics than there were 10 years ago. In fact, I'm part of the group Escambia County United Against Fluoridation. Our website is ECUAF.org. We're the ones who put that community backing to get the doctor to come here. It's all community-based. It's all people who are concerned and want to get you guys informed of the new evidence. I'm sorry that you guys have decided not to listen to him, but there are going to be plenty of public forums that we've put together over the 3 days that he's here that once we get his schedule together, we'll invite you to those so you can hear them. But we have a campaign, an advertising campaign going to all the colleges to get people to go and listen to somebody who's got peer review, he's respected, he's the opposite side. When you're in politics, you gotta listen to both sides, and you guys apparently aren't at all. And I just want to convey that to you guys. Our government says it's good, but other countries say that it's not. They won't even offer it to their citizens.